everyone, let's start our today's topic, that is organized and unorganized sectors. Today, in this video, we will be discussing about the division of sectors into organized and unorganized sector. Now, this is one another way of classifying the activities in the economy. So, we will be looking at the way people are employed in the sectors and what are their conditions of work, in which conditions they work, how much they are paid in different types of sectors. We will be looking at that. Also, very importantly, we will also be looking at if there are any rules and regulations that are followed by the worker where they're employed or in regards of their employment. Now let's look at these two examples, that is Kanta and Kamal. Firstly, we'll be discussing about Kanta. So Kanta works in an office and she attends her office around 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and she gets her salary regularly at the end of every month. And in addition to the salary, she also is getting provident fund as per the rules laid down by the government, and is also getting medical and other allowances from the company where she is working or from the office where she is working. And also she does not go to office on Sunday. She has a holiday on that and she has a paid holiday on that day, and also there are certain leaves, that is medical leaves are there. So when she actually joined work, she was given an appointment letter also, which clearly stated the terms and conditions of the job or of the work she'll be doing or for which she'll be responsible for. Now if we talk about on the other situation, Kamal is Kanta's neighbor only, and he is a daily wage laborer. That means he gets his salary daily, on a daily basis, and he works in a nearby grocery shop. He goes to the shop at around 7:30 a.m. in the morning and works till 8 p.m. So here you can see the difference in the working hours. And he gets no other allowances, whereas Kanta gets allowances, that is medical allowances and others also like provident fund. And apart from his wages, Kamal is not getting any allowances, and he is not even paid for the days he does not work. It means on the other hand, Kanta is having paid holidays. Now talking about Kamal, nor was he given any formal letter stating that he has been employed in the shop. So on the other hand, Kanta had got her appointment letter when she joined the work, but Kamal has not. And also Kamal can be asked to leave any time by the employer. So what actually do you get from this example? That Kanta and Kamal are both working in different sectors, right? Kanta is getting her salary on time. She has a fixed time when she's working from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. in the evening. She gets her salary regularly, whereas Kamal does not have any fixed working hours, and also he can be asked to leave any time. He didn't get any appointment letter. It means Kanta is working in an organized sector, whereas on the other hand, Kamal is working in a unorganized sector. Now let's talk in detail. Now Kanta works in an organized sector, as I told you. An organized sector covers those enterprises or places of work where the terms of employment are regular, and hence it is beneficial for the employees. Now also the people who work in organized sector have assured work, and they are registered by the government, and all the norms of the government are being followed in the organized sector, and they have to follow the rules and regulations that are being laid down by the government for the employees. And also there are various laws such as Factories Act, Minimum Wages Act, Payment of Gratuity Act, Shops and Establishments Act, etc. And it is called as organized because it has some formal processes and procedures which they are following. So some of the people may not be employed by anyone, but they may work on their own. They're starting their own business, but they too have to register themselves, and then only they can start the work or their business. So why they have to register? So that by registering with the government, they are agreeing to the terms and condition of an organized sector, and they will work in that proper manner. So they have to register themselves with the government and follow all the rules and regulations. Now, workers in the organized sectors, on the other hand, if we talk about, they enjoy security of job, and they have secure employment, and they are expected to work only for a fixed working hours that are laid down by the government. Now, if they work more, they are paid extra, that is their overtime, if they are working more after the office hours. Now, they also get several other benefits from the employers, such as if we talk about in the case of Kanta, she was getting medical allowances and also other allowances like Provident Fund, right? So, they get several other benefits from the employers also. Now let's talk about some of the benefits that the employees of the organized sector get. So they get paid leave, they get payment during holidays, and there is provident fund, there is gratuity, etc. So they're supposed to get medical benefits also, and under the laws, the factory manager also has to ensure the facilities like drinking water is there in the surroundings where they're working, and a safe working environment is also there. So when they retire, at the time of retirement, the workers who are working in the organized sector, they get pensions as well, but in some cases. Now in contrast, if we talk about, on the other hand, now we'll be talking about unorganized sector and the example of Kamal. Now, Kamal works in an unorganized sector, and basically, unorganized sector is characterized by small and scattered units which are largely outside the control of the government. The unorganized sector does not follow the rules and regulations that are being laid down by the government, and there are rules and regulations, but they are not followed by them. So jobs here are low paid and often not regular, and also there is no provision for overtime. They have no paid leaves, there are no holidays, and leaves are also very few, that is only at the time of emergency when the person is not well or some emergency is there in the family, and also the employment is not secure. So people can be asked to leave any time, that is why they are not having any secure job without any reason. Sometimes also they are asked to leave the job. So when there is less work, much as during some seasons, some people may also be asked to leave at that time when there is a little work. So there is no fixed employment throughout the year also, and at any time also they can be asked to leave. So lot also depends on the whims of the employer also. Sometimes the employer is good, so the employee is to be kept in good condition, and even sometimes they follow rules also, but it totally depends on the employer. Now this sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own and doing small paid jobs. For example, if we talk about they are selling vegetables on the street or doing repair work. Similarly, farmers work on their own and hire laborers as well, and when they require. So, children, that's all for today. We'll come back with the next topic with the next video. Till then, thank you so much.